Welcome to the Gracie Academy. I'm Hito and Gracie, my brother Rener. 1993, our father created the UFC to display how effective Jiu-Jitsu is to the whole world, and here we are today.
Dang, now that all professional fighters are adding it to their arsenal, breaking down how they're using it so you can make it your own.
And everybody's using it.
And it's so crazy because does Jiu-Jitsu apply to all of their lives?
The fighters and them on camera?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm talking about them. The fighters are already on board 100%. I'm talking. Some people really don't believe that there is connection, number one, that they can do it, number two. They have all these misconceptions about the bloodiness of it and how it's too savage and I don't want it to be what's involved, what's in the cage, and there's no application.
I'm not a fighter and it applies to my life. It helps my life every day.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What would you call yourself?
A lover.
Dang.
That's why I train Jiu-Jitsu.
So you train Jiu-Jitsu
because I can take care of my opponents, you know?
Interesting.
I express love when I beat them in a very gentle way.
And to be honest, Chael kind of did it kind of gentle this time,
yes.
You guys. UFC 136, Houston, Texas. Before we get into Chael's fight, amazing control. Thank you to all my brothers and sisters who came out to the UFC Fan Expo in Houston at the George R. Brown Convention Center for the seminars. Man, that was a revolutionary moment. I hope it was equally revolutionary for you guys as it was for me. Incredible time for everyone who joined. A couple hundred people came out. Incredible. Welcome back, mister.
Yeah, I was on my honeymoon. I was in Brazil.
Rio de Janeiro.
It was so amazing.
Okay, so there's the answer to the question. And the winner of the Gracie giveaway for last month is Guitarologist 2020. Guitarologist 2020. I think he guessed Hawaii. He was incorrect, but he subscribed, favored it, and did all that nonetheless. So congratulations on the Grandmaster package, book, t-shirts, everything. Why are we talking so much, bro? We should be showing technique already. By this moment, we should already be in the techniques.
When we're talking too much, we look at you, not me.
Wait a minute. Yeah. Okay. So, man. So Chael ended up side mounted on Brian Stann quite a few times. Very effective takedowns, mostly double legs. He would double leg so nice that he would end up in the side mount. And he had some mount transitions after some side mount failed crucifix attempts, some side mount transitions to mount where he would try to step over. Now the first time he stepped over in the first round, he was clearing the legs, and I think Brian felt the step over attempt, and as he went, he closed the door over here, boom, and caught this half butterfly catch, hooks in, double underhooks, locked hands right here, and they kind of stayed here for a little while. But Brian Stann wasn't too active with the guard of the hooks. He just kind of stayed here, and eventually when he let go, Chael sat up, boom, punch, as after he stood up, and then Brian came to his knees and he took the back. Chael took the back. He sprawled, came around, got the hooks in, and controlled. Now what's interesting is, as you saw, Brian purposely, when the hooks went in, walked them to the wall.
Yeah, he kind of rolled, sat, and they fell on the fence.
It's like he was like, I got to go somewhere, come with me, and he took him like a little backpack and just went to the wall. Intelligently so, because when you're against the cage here and you can't lean back, it's hard because my head's against the cage here and his head's against my shoulder. I might be able to wrap the neck, but I can't really close it or arch or pull. So many things that are so critical in the rear naked choke, Chael couldn't do because of the pinning against the wall right here. There's no space to operate. Very intelligent. Realizing, however, that it basically wasn't going to go down with the choke, instead of wasting the whole round there, wasting all his energy, Chael very intelligently, the cage is right here. Chael put his foot on the ground, pushed himself to the ground. Brian tried to turn it and face him. Go ahead. Chael switched. Remount. Gracie Combatives lesson number 4. Okay. And amazing transition from back to front. Control here for a little while. And
threw some bombs.
Yeah, definitely threw some punches. And man, it was Brian was having a very tough time dealing with his mount situation, you know. Ultimately, they ended up getting back out of the mount, back to the back mount. They stood back up, and round 1 ended, I think, with him back in the guard. I think Brian ended up at the bottom of the guard. Round 2 is when Chael closed the deal. He side mounted again, and this time he mounted very interestingly. The second time he went for the mount, Chael realized that in the previous round, he had used this half butterfly guard to catch the leg from coming over. Knowing that, what he did before he stepped over is he grabbed this foot and he hooked it and he grabbed like this. Okay? Now the truth is there's no real submission or any danger here, but by doing this, he made Brian think about trying to kick this leg free. And Chael used the slingshot step over right here. He let go and he high stepped over and kind of got over. He almost missed it.
The foot a little bit landed here, but then Brian put his foot on the fence, trying to push off the fence, and then the foot kind of fell underneath.
Yeah, so it wasn't.
This could have been
a heel
great
drag,
for Brian. Brian could have used this and put him in the guard. But instead, this foot saw the fence and went to that.
Yeah, so Chael didn't land too cleanly, but man, the beauty of that was just to see how first round stepped over, half butterfly, he couldn't mount. Second round, he thought, man, I'm gonna be a little more careful in my step over.
Yeah, he threw a little flashbang. It was great.
Yeah, the little foot slingshot was beautiful, so nice. And then finally, he ended up with a nice pass. They ended up in a half guard situation here with his knee across the lap right here, kind of this knee shield, modified half guard. And Chael was having a little trouble getting past this, and he was here underhooked, punching. Well, he wanted to pass now, so this nice cradle pass here. Check this out. He hugged the neck in reverse. He cradled his hands right here. He stepped his foot out of the half guard over here, so it did come out. So he's on the side mount now, and then from here, he jumped past both legs. Walk around the other side, please, so you guys can see that situation over there. So he was here with the cradle around the neck and leg, and then he jumped over both. And now he ended up here.
I want to put him in the guard on this side. When he's over here, my hips are all facing this way.
Yeah, and his leg got stuck over there.
Not easy.
And that's when Chael let go and came back to the side mount.
Very smart.
Very clever. And then the final finish there was when the arm came over his head. During the side mount, Brian started getting a little lazy right here. And this should have been an automatic warning because in round one, Chael kept pushing his elbow right here. They were like this, and he kept doing this. But then Brian would take it off. And they would take it off several times. And then eventually...
Did Brian bring it here?
In round two, Brian was so tired that when Chael's head just landed here, he just left it.
Yeah.
So Chael's like looking around, making sure nobody else sees what he sees. Locked the hands right here, and then he did a very clever little jump through. Look, where he brought both knees, boom, through. And so to some of you that may have looked weird, but as the arm triangle transitional requirement, you have to make sure that you don't just step over this leg and get caught in the half guard right here. That would mess everything up.
Yeah.
Or step over one leg and the other leg get caught.
On the step off.
Absolutely.
There's two ways to finish the arm triangle, from the mount or from the side. And if you're on the side, you have to be on the side of the arm.
Right.
That's why you couldn't do it from here.
So he's very intelligent. So, traditionally what you do to get both legs through is you bring the bottom leg through first. Because once the bottom leg comes through, catch my other leg. There's no way, it's a shield, look. And that shield makes clearance for the second leg. But he didn't do one leg at a time. He just kind of did his own version of two legs. It's nice. Head tight, he landed right here.
This hand went behind the head.
As Joe Rogan called it on the commentary, he's answered the phone right here. Okay, it's called answering the phone. And Joe was saying it's a legitimate defense, and the truth is it is. But the arm triangle is a very interesting choke. When you have a thick neck down here and a very kind of bulky guy, like strong like Brian is, they're very chokeable. It's very interesting. There's a lot of neck to choke, so you just wrap, and they get claustrophobic. They don't like being trapped in small places. So even though the phone was on here, Chael was here so determined and so tightly squeezing that it added up. He feels a little bit right now. It's not the same as if it were here, but he definitely feels something. And you saw how, you could tell by how long the choke took, that this did have some effect in saving Brian from the situation. Now, other things that Brian could have done in the situation was if he brought his leg up and hugged his leg with that hand, reach up and grab your own leg, lock your own leg right here and stretch it out is one option.
The problem is it was already, if this is really wrapped tight, even that's not gonna work.
It's very hard.
That has to be like in the very beginning, but he went to this instead.
Yes.
And I'm sure Chael has choked many guys out in training, even when they defend like this.
And you guys, if you ever end up in this situation, one thing you can do when the telephone is being answered right here is to reach up with this, keep it tight with the other hand, okay? Stay your head tight. Take this hand, C-clamp it, and push it right up over his head. Bring it back in.
You're helping this person?
Bring it back in. I'm helping me, bro.
I thought you were gonna help me.
Nah, bro, I need help. If you guys ever end up in this situation, you help yourself over there. So from here, you guys take the C-clamp, hook right at the wrist, and literally just peel it north. And they're not going to expect it if you go just pretty swiftly. And once you get it up, put your head down, bring it back in. There's no bringing it back in. And then you can squeeze from here, one, or alternate squeeze. Bicep grab, head behind the head, switch legs, and two. Where you actually pull with your back muscles here, this alternate cross-chest squeeze here. You're not just laying your shoulder down, you're actually bringing him to your stomach. I'm actually embracing heat onto my abdomen, activating my core and my back muscles versus just the arm squeeze of the traditional arm triangle finish. So, congratulations, Chael.
Very good move.
And great drama at the end right there with the Anderson Silva challenge.
Yeah, and for all you guys who love Anderson Silva, right? When he says that about Anderson Silva, and he says, you absolutely suck, Anderson Silva.
Right.
He doesn't really mean it.
Not at all.
What he really means
Anderson
is
Silva is amazing. He triangle choked him after 5 rounds of getting punched.
What he really means is, Anderson Silva, you are amazing. You are phenomenal. But I think I'm a little better, and can you please give me a rematch? Please, that's what he's really saying.
Dang, bro.
So,
Eckhart Tolle.
don't get mad at, Chael. We love Chael, we love Anderson. It's just a game.
Right, and he's playing it well, bro. Chael, congratulations, bro. Very drama, very cool. And, man, it'd be a good fight. Definitely, if he works those triangle defenses, Chael's going to be a headache for Anderson, no doubt about it. Look at the first match. Look at the first fight they had. Right or not?
Right, but, Anderson has more tricks, though.
It's true. It's Anderson Silva, of course. Kenny Florian, Jose Aldo. Man, 5 tough rounds. I was impressed with Kenny Florian's mount escapes. Watch that fight again if you guys get a chance, and just pay close attention. Victory, defeat, it's all good. I'm not looking at I'm not looking so much at the big picture, who wins, who loses. That is very important. But I'm like, man, are there glimpses of beauty in there? And there were some very beautiful mount escapes from Kenny Florian, and they're both world-class grapplers. And he was able to swiftly escape the mount on several occasions where other people might have basically, been submitted or knocked out from there. So very
What does that
impressive.
tell you about how Kenny Florian trains?
Self-defense, and he was doing a good job of just staying safe.
It shows you that he trains being on the bottom of the mount.
Oh, no doubt about it.
What about the Frankie Edgar?
Yeah, respect Frankie. Dang. Not only does Frankie have incredible technique to do what he did, but man, the heart of like 3 lions.
I don't even have that kind of heart.
It's ridiculous, bro. Congratulations, man. You're an inspiration to everyone who saw that fight. And man, serious business. So congratulations also to his team. Of course, Uncle Hanzo is part of that team, and so we're definitely rooting for you, bro. That was congratulations for sure. And keep up the good work, champ. It's very impressive. So yeah, let's give something else away.
Let's give away these gloves?
I think it's a good idea. You guys, we always talk about keep it real, keep it real, keep it real. And there's no better way to keep it real than to train Jiu-Jitsu and incorporate, at least on a semi-regular basis, striking into your grappling training, so that you learn to understand and respect the distances from which dangerous strikes can occur. That doesn't mean you got to punch your partner's face off during practice. It just means you have to.
Don't punch it off.
I didn't need to say that.
No, that's right.
That was excessive?
No, that made sense. Just
Got
don't
it.
punch it off. You should still punch their face.
Right, interesting. So, yeah, so we want to give away a pair of these, or 2 pairs of these Gracie Jiu-Jitsu sparring gloves, fingered.
And they're both for you. One is for you to wear, and one is for you to receive.
And these are well padded knuckles. Look at this. It's like actual excessive padding.
What are the pros and cons? That's the question, right? We need to have a question.
Yes.
The question are, what are the pros and cons of training 90% of your grappling jiu-jitsu training, wearing these gloves and punching only at like, boom, 10%, 15%.
I don't know what I was expecting.
Boom, that's why I did that. But 15%, 10%,
Really nice
what's the
padding
problem
here. What's the problem?
of doing that kind of training?
Shoot.
Or what are the good things?
It takes you out of your comfort. Okay, let them answer.
Yeah, of course.
Interesting. You guys, 2 pairs, fingered gloves. You can still grapple and still strike 10, 15% real light hands and keep it moving. How does the mobility feel? How does the grip? Got my wrist right here.
The grip's all that matters.
Yeah, the grip is pretty weak. No, it was pretty
Your
good,
grip?
actually. No, it was pretty good.
No, it feels great.
Okay,
So a very open palm, which is what matters, because a lot of times the palm is closed up.
yes.
I think the UFC, of course, now has the
These
good
breathe,
ones.
these breathe very well.
Yeah.
And we have all sizes. I think small or medium through extra large. And
And this is a little more padding than standard, which is good.
Much more padding. Yeah, these are 5.5 ounce, super soft foam in here, so it takes the cushion, no cutting for sure.
And it's blue.
And
Okay.
blue's the ultimate for
Our
sure.
grandfather's favorite color, blue.
You guys know what you have to do. Okay, subscribe to the Gracie Breakdown channel, add this video to your favorites, and leave a comment on this video to enter to win both pairs. We'll go to one person, so you can have a training partner and say, bro, put these on, and you guys can grapple, sparring jiu-jitsu, but just to have the hands reaching for the face at all times.
You should always wear a mouthpiece, though, too. So
should
these
always
should
wear-
come
oh,
with,
absolutely.
These should come with 2 mouthpieces.
Bro, they can get their own mouthpiece. Keep it
Okay,
real.
they already have their own
They
mouthpiece.
can buy mouthpiece anywhere. They can't buy these anywhere.
Cool, done.
And last but not least, you guys, believe it or not, finally, Blue Belt Stripe 1, Master Cycle, Gracie University curriculum. The Stripe 1 test is here. And, dang,
You're gonna
so
love it.
major. Check out this video. You won't believe it. Welcome. The Blue Belt Stripe 1 test. Dang. People didn't believe it. People didn't believe it. And people were super curious of how this was going to go down. How are we going to test for a stripe? And, man, we're going to keep it so real.
stripe one. Stay tuned.